Welcome back. This is the Whiskey Couch. I am Gustav and you are watching Whiskey Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 237, and it is the last and third review in this short series that I'm doing on 16-year-old single malts from the Speyside region in Scotland. If you look at our map, Lowlands, Highlands, that is the Speyside region, enhanced over there. So you can see all the distilleries. So this is the third. So I've already reviewed the Anok 16-year-old, the Ben Riach 16-year-old, and today it is the Glen Grant 16-year-old. And in our next video, Elna and I, we're going to do a comparison to determine which is our respective favorites of these three single malt whiskies. But today, Glen Grant 16-year-old from the Glen Grant Distillery, founded in 1840 and owned by the Campari Group, with a capacity of around 6 million litres of spirit every year. Now this 16-year-old unfortunately discontinued and replaced by the 18-year-old. There we go. So this is a classic from the Glen Grant and the Speyside region. It's got an ABV of 43%, matured in bourbon casks, 43%, right there. Matured in bourbon casks, as is mainly the other two in this short series that I'm doing. So the color, the darkest of the three. So I'm looking here at probably an old gold compared to the pale gold of the Anok and the yellow gold of the Ben Riach. We're looking at an old gold color. There we go. And the only one non-chill filtered was the Anok out of the three. No information about chill filtration or coloring added when we look at this dram right here. On the nose, creamy vanilla, creamy honey, stone fruits, typical of the Speyside bourbon cask matured whiskies. You're looking at apples and pears, but also malty, some toasted grain, toasted barley, more apples. If you do the drop in the palm test, which I've described in the previous video, you will find some fruity cereal notes that emerges from your palm. On the palate, slange. A very good first impression on the palate. Sweet apples, sweet pears with some creamy vanilla from the nose to the palate, but quite crispy in the same breath. Some honey, some grassy notes, quite refreshing. Not a very long finish for me personally. Warm, fruity. But the immediate impression quite wonderful, and then trailing off to a dry, spicy and crispy finish right at the end. If you leave your glass after you've enjoyed this dram, if you leave it to dry out in the empty glass test, you will find some sweet fruit and some vanilla cereal aromas that pops out of the glass if you leave it. Let's add a few drops of water to this 43% single malt, and let's see if it changes. Here in South Africa, in Pretoria, it's winter time, and our houses are not built for cold because it's cold only 3 months of the year. So the cold is inside, hence the jerseys and the jackets and everything that we are wearing even inside. You can see the effect of the water there. So let's see what happens now. More ripe fruit, malty, almost bourbon-like aromas. It's just balanced, it's just smooth, it's just crisp, it's just wonderful, with some complexity waiting to be discovered. You've got to spend some time with this glass, you've got to let it stand for a bit, and some more aromas and flavors will definitely reveal itself. 900 Rand in South Africa when this was still available. Translates to about 45, 50 pounds in the UK. Now again, as per the previous two single malts in this short series, you're looking at the Speyside bourbon cask matured, which is in general light, fruity, crispy, with some complexity that needs to be discovered. So you do not want an overpowering flavor companion when you do a food or a snack pairing. So that's why I've chosen soup for these three single malts. And in this case, I'm going for a chicken and sweet corn soup. Chicken and sweet corn with a sprinkle of black pepper. And this creamy, soft, not overpowering flavor companion, when you try this, you will see that it enhances the sweet, fruity bourbon cask qualities of this whiskey. And that is what I always want in a flavor or pairing companion for a whiskey. It must enhance the tasting experience. So here we go. Very different to the other soup. In the previous two reviews, there's a bit of a sweet corn flavor to this one. Oh man, it just makes this dram 10 times better. This is the way to go. Let me tell you, for these fruity, Speyside, light and crispy bourbon cask matured whiskies, a good soup like this one just does wonders. So that concludes this short series, 16-year-old single malts from Speyside. In the next video, Elna and myself will determine which is our respective favorite. So which distillery will get the prize? Will it be Anok, Ben Riach or Glen Grant? Until then, sláinte.